Hello and welcome back to another video on Wrestling and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And of course it's a big episode of Smackdown today because WrestlePalooza is just 1 week away. And obviously on this show we got an appearance from Brock Lesnar, a US Open Challenge and a Women's Titles defence. So a lot going on. And we did kick things off with that Brock Lesnar appearance. And he was ready to address his recent actions. Before he could though, R-Truth's music interrupted and a well-known lifelong John Cena fan joined the Beast in the ring. Truth welcomed Lesnar back but took exception to him making life miserable for his childhood hero. He said there was no there to defend the Unseen 17 and even claimed his brother was Ron Cena. Lesnar particularly ended the segment with an F5 which he ripped for his jeans. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a waste of a segment, wasn't it? Still doesn't feel right with Lesnar back with everything going on. I mean, yeah, a forgettable start to the show. Before we got Sami Zayn versus Rey Fenix in the opening match, obviously continuing Cena's US Open Challenge. Phoenix got off to a hot start, leaving Zayn reeling before the break. Back from the timeout, Phoenix continued to frustrate Zayn with his high-flying arsenal, including a tope con hilo and Alternate DDT for a 2. Coming out of another commercial, Zayn and Phoenix traded counters and reversals, neither man gaining a sustained advantage. The fans hung on every near fall, which was great to see. The answer was Zayn, who rocked the challenger with a lever kick to score the win. Yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. A really fun match. Now, I could get used to seeing these every week, to be fair. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a great match for these two. And yeah, they really delivered. Good stuff. 7 out of 10. Before the scheduled non-title match between B-Fab and Julia could get started, the former found herself on the receiving end of a 2-on-1 beatdown with Kiana James. The attack ended when Meet Jim rushed the ring with a kendo stick, unloading on James, but just narrowly missing the beautiful madness. The heels fled up the aisle to close things out. And yeah, no match. I mean, bit of a waste of time this segment, to be honest. I can kind of see where it's all leading, but you know, it's always a shame when you don't really get a match in. So 4 out of 10. Moving on into the Women's Championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Cargill sought to win the title that's eluded her. The Storm dominated the action, using her strength to her advantage. Stratton, as she's done multiple times throughout her run as champ, fought back and capitalised on a miscalculation by a challenger. She tried for a moonsault from the top rope, but missed, allowing Cargill to drive her through the timekeeper's position. Unfortunately, the rest count reached 10 and the match has ruled a count out, much to the dismay of the fans. Nia Jax, the former champion, appeared and laid Stratton out, delivering an Eliminator for good measure. Yeah, a bit of a shame it leads to a double counter, but I guess there's still more to come. Adding Nia Jax as well. I think we've got an interesting mixture there. So on the whole, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Moving on into Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. After weeks of mounting tension, they finally collided, and the Scottish Warrior systematically walked over the body of his long-time rival, punishing the Viper. Orton recovered and dished out similar punishment to his fellow former champ, only to suffer a potentially devastating slide suplex into the announce table, entering the final break of the evening. After the break, Orton rolled repeatedly, slamming Drew into the same commentary table he experienced earlier. Back inside the ring, the heel caught the Legend Killer with a Claymore from out of nowhere, to which Orton responded with an RKO. His head bleeding and frustration mounting, Orton set up for the punt. The referee blocked him and it provided just enough distraction for Drew to deliver the Claymore to win. Afterwards, he attempted an attack only for Cody Rhodes to return and pummel McIntyre. The reigning world champion laid down a challenge for WrestlePalooza. And I think we always knew this is where it was going. I thought it was a good way to end the show and set up what should be a fun match. So yeah, good stuff. And overall, SmackDown this week gets a 4 out of 10. I don't know, I just really didn't enjoy this episode of SmackDown. I thought there was a lot of wasted segments where a lot didn't happen. I mean, like, the main event was alright. Maybe you expected a tiny bit more for a match with the quality of those two ones. So yeah, I would say it probably wasn't the best episode of SmackDown I've ever seen. I'll go with a 4 out of 10. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.